every 8 to 10 inches, put a screw. Go right down, marked. Took the level, put marks on where the studs are, so you can line it up. We left this intentionally because we don't know this wall is exactly straight, so we'll put a board in here. It'll bring it out, and then we can put drywall or screw the sheeting, cut the sheeting to fit that section right there. That's what we're working on. All right, so what we're working on now is laying out the door. The door is 72 inches wide by 80 inches high, which we want a 1/4 inch gap roughly around the door. So we're going to go 72 1/4, 80 1/4 high. So right now we figured out where we want our king stud to be, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark and transfer those marks, my king stud here, all the way across onto my top, and then my jack stud right here, all the way across. So this would be a jack, this would be a king. So we can make sure that we've got these where we want them. The jack should never make it up there, the king stud should. And then on this end, over here, this is gonna work as our king stud. Then I'm gonna put a shim on it of 3/4 inch and then jack stud it out with the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell myself at least where the jack stud should be, even though it should never make it up there. I just want to be able to eyeball where it should be up there when I get to putting it in. So right, that should be right there. Then I should have enough room to put a stud on there, right? That's a king stud all the way up, and then shim with that. But what I'm going to do is put this lath on there after I put this on the ceiling, and then put my king stud up there, and then put my jack stud up there. So king stud should go right here. This should be my jack stud. Alright, so we'll get that working, and we'll get back to you. So, doing this by myself again, using my little block, the technique I showed you before. Alright, so here we are on the outside of the wall that we got built. We got one piece of sheeting up. We need a 2x6 for in there to rip, and a 2x6 for right here to rip. And then the door opening is in. Then we'll need to put some 2x6s down here as well and extend over the 1.5 inch as well. So I'll have to get those. I don't have those, at least not right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on over to the other side. Here's the inside of the walls, so you can see that they're turning out okay. And then this gap that you see at the floor there, and we'll shim out these studs right here 1.5 inches, so everything will be out and the whole wall will be flush. So we'll move over here to the next wall. We'll probably work right here where this air compressor is and get that wall on, and probably put a piece of sheeting on just like we did the other one. And then this window, this one here gets a window, and then these two get windows with windows above it. So we'll have to build those in next. So that's what we're working on.